Welcome to Rom Wills, Money Matters. Business requires a work ethic. I'm gonna tell you what. You can have all the passion in the world. You can have some definite passion, like this is what you want to do. And then you definitely want to help other people. You realize your business is to support other people. But I'm gonna tell you what, you gotta have a work ethic. I don't care how passionate you are about it. You can't be lazy about it. A lot of people fail in business because they don't want to do the work. They don't have a work ethic. You got to work for it. I don't care what business. Now, like I said, I've had 1,000 jobs. And of course, I had my publishing business, but I had a few other things in there. Now, there was one business I just wasn't passionate about. I was going to try to set up like a sports club for people, for singles and everything. But I didn't have the passion for it. It would have solved the problem, but didn't have the passion or work ethic. Now, but I did for publishing. That's why I'm in this position now, because it was a lot to publishing. First, I had to write the books, had to get, write, edit, all of that, have a design, put them together, find somebody to print the books. Now, a lot has changed where I can do on-demand printing, particularly when dealing with Amazon. But, just printing the books and then selling the books, making my money back. I had to put a lot of work. People don't know. I mean, because I was doing a lot of vending. That was my main way of getting the books out. But the thing with the vending is that's still work. You can sit there for a couple of hours, nobody buy your books. And then all of a sudden, the last hour, everybody buy your stuff. So it's a lot. And I still need to do maybe a tutorial on vending. Y'all let me know if y'all interested in a tutorial on vending. I might do an on-demand video on that. Because vending, that's serious work. And I'm going to tell you the truth, I kind of miss that world in a way. I mean, just let me go on a tangent real quick. I kind of miss that world, but it's still hard work. But it was fun. And, I had a passion for it. Because I remember one time with vending, just let me get a story real quick. I get back on the subject. But I went to one place. I went to this one, it was a festival to vend at. Only had really enough money to get gas to go there and maybe come back. I went there with no money in my pocket, nothing. Well, you know what? I was partying. I was selling stuff for $1, $2, and $3. But I made enough now, because I ain't even had food. I ain't even had money for food. If I ain't make any money, I wouldn't have ate. But I was in there, I make a sale, I started dancing. It could be $1 sale. I was having a good time. But one, I was providing something for other people because they were fiction and nonfiction, entertainment books and books to enlighten someone. So I'm selling these books and they not that much, but I was having such a good time. People coming over, buying. Made over $100. That was a lot, considering I had nothing in my pocket and I'm only selling products for $1, $2, and $3. So that was a lot of people, especially there. But I had to work. I was partying, but I was working. I was drawing people to the table, everything. I had to work. And that's one thing. You have to work. If you want to stay in business, I don't care what it is, you're going to have to work. First of all, you're working during the business itself, and then you actually really in the marketing business. You really in the market. You got to market that business. You got to figure out, okay, how can I get more people? That's work right there. Not just doing the actual work, but work to get the people. I need to talk about that, In fact, I'm going to talk about that next week, marketing and everything. But I'm going to tell you what, you got to work. You got to have a work ethic. You can't just have a passion and say, well, I love this business, but then you don't get out there and do anything, Or you don't do a good job for people. You think you're solving people's problems, but you're doing a half-assed job. No, that don't work. That don't work at all. You got to work in a business. If you want money, you got to do the work. Not just the work, but you got to have that work ethic. You might have to work 7 days a week on a business. And especially, I'm gonna tell you what, especially if you don't have a job, you don't have that supporting job. See, one thing about going to jobs, depending on the job, you can go in and basically call it in. You don't have to do any real work on it. That's the thing. You can go and just not really do anything on that job. You know, go and collect a paycheck. When you in a business, you up every day. You know, I'll use myself for an example. You know, I got all these bills and everything, but I have to make these videos regardless of how I feel. I have to make them because I can't just be like, oh, well, I'm tired. You know, it's one thing having a stroke knock you out, but if you're just a little sleepy, it's like, hey, you got to keep going no matter what. You got to have the work ethic. You got to be consistent. I've talked about that before. You know, if you're in a business, you can't be half stepping with it. You can't be half-assed about it. Let's put it like that. You gotta work. You gotta have that work ethic. You're gonna have to do a lot of work. And, you know, and I don't care, any successful business person, they worked. No matter how much passion they had for the job, no matter how much they solving people's problems, they did the work. You have a work ethic. You gotta get up, especially if you're in business for yourself. I'll use myself for an example. I don't have a boss I have to answer to. I don't have a boss. All these platforms I have, I don't have to put anything up on. You know, I'm not gonna make money, but I don't have to do it. I gotta have a work ethic to keep going. You know, I had to have the work ethic. You know, I gotta be well, because if I'm gonna make money, I gotta be taking those steps to do so. You know? And especially if you're in business for yourself, there's nobody holding a gun to your head. You don't have a boss. If you don't have a boss, you especially got to have a work ethic because you got to be self-motivated. You know, if you, like I said, you can go on a lot of jobs, and if you figure it out, you can figure out how you can still get paid for the least amount of work. You know, you can figure out how you can lollygag and whatever and might get away with it depending on the circumstances of a job. But when you're in business for yourself, you can't do that. Because if you do that, you don't make money. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But you got to work, and you got to work beyond. You might have to do a little bit above and beyond. You know? I'll use these videos for example. Every now and then, something will happen and it doesn't record right. It doesn't record right. Every now and then. I have to do it again. I remember one time I recorded about 5 videos. And, you know, I transferred it to my laptop so I could edit it, but I deleted them. But then also deleted them on the camera too. I was like, damn. So I had to film those 5 videos again, put those shirts back on, film them again. And people don't see that. They just see the videos, but they don't see what I'm doing behind the scenes. Or you don't see when I'm doing some editing and stuff, you know? Like even with this video, something that I coughed during the middle of the video during a recording, but I edited that out. I ain't gonna tell y'all where. If somebody's looking real closely, they can see where there was like a little slight cut. And I'll do that on a lot of videos, you know? So it's like you don't see the work, you know? The video itself is just a recording or even the work behind that, but then the work behind, you know, you gotta make sure to add in some, like on my main channel, I'm adding like music. Here, I just got some music playing, but I still gotta pay attention. And like I said, if I cough or do something, blow my nose or something during the video, shoot, y'all not gonna see that. So I gotta watch the video again. Even my car videos, you know, I record them, I don't upload them right away. I put it on here. You're like, okay. Let me cut that. I shouldn't have said that. But that's to give you the best product. You got to have a work ethic, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Yeah, that's all I have for today. I was about to say something else. That's all I have for today. Y'all have a great weekend and everything. And y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.